Okay students, welcome to our channel Mahoj Astro. So in the previous class I have discussed about the phasor diagram, phase difference, and what is the interpretation of phase and how can you represent a phasor diagram or phase or wave diagram. Okay, so in today's class, as I have told earlier that I will discuss about the RMS value. So today's topic is nothing but the RMS value of AC. Okay, its physical interpretation and its mathematical derivation. Today's topic is this. Okay, so you stick over this video till it ends and I am sure that you get some exciting from this video. Before we start, what is the RMS value? I have already told that I is equal to I naught sin omega t. This is an expression for alternating quantity. So here this is the maximum value or peak value, this is the phase. What is the RMS value? This one is the RMS value. What does this RMS stands for? Root mean square. Okay, so how a RMS value can be physically interpreted to you? Now, what does this RMS value means? RMS value is the effective value that we use in our household AC circuit. It means that the value which produces the heat across the resistor. The generation side, the generating voltage is much more higher than the whatever we get in our home. In our home we get 220 to 230 volt, 50 hertz AC, but this is our household supply, you get it, but the generation is almost equal to 310 311 volt. So what does it means? This means that we are getting this value, this is nothing but the RMS value of the generating, RMS value of the total generation we can get from in our household circuit in our household supply. So what is the expression of the RMS value? It is I naught by root 2 or V naught by root 2. Okay, how it will come, that I will discuss over when we give the mathematical form. Physically, what is that RMS value? Why the heating effect is caused by this RMS value? To know it, we should draw a circuit which has a resistance, because we know that resistance only creates a heating effect. That is law, that is called the Joule's laws of heating. So if V is equal to V naught sin something is applied, due to that I is equal to I naught sin something is flowing through the circuit, and for that when the current flow through it, then it will create some heat. That heat will dissipate in our environment. That is the what kind of heat? It is determined by I square RT or I square RT, whatever you represent. If I is small, then it is I square RT. So this comes from Joule's laws of heating, and means if V is applied across a potential is applied across a resistance, constant resistance, for that I current is flowing through the resistance, then for time t, then some heat is produced against R, and that heat we cannot get back, it is dissipated in our environment. This is called the Joule's laws of heating. So now if T is constant, T is 5 seconds, I is 5 ampere, R is 5 ohm, then you can say that H this is denoted by H. H is equal to 50 joule. You can say that 50 joule is produced. It is not exactly 50 joules, it is 5 square into 5 into 5, 25 into 25, 625. 625 joule is produced. Now, what is the interpretation of this RMS value? What is the interpretation of this RMS value? Now, you have to produce that amount of it. You have to produce that amount of it in same time, in same that 5-second time. And the resistance is also constant, same 5 ampere, 5 ohm. So, in 5 ohm resistance, you have to produce 625 joules of heat in 5 seconds. But one problem is there, that you have to given a DC supply instead of AC source. You have to given a DC supply instead of AC source. So DC voltage is V, and due to that current flowing through it is capital I, VDC and IDC. And when you apply a VDC, due to that IDC is flowing for 5 seconds, and if R is 5 ohm and you have to produce 625 joule of heat, then there is some change in the VDC if we compare to the VAC. So the magnitude of VAC DC is less than the magnitude of VAC. Okay. So whatever the work done is done by a AC source, in some time, that amount of work done in that same time, the DC will work, the DC will do, but the amount of DC needed is less than the AC. It means that if this is a AC source which we applied previously, that is the VAC. Now this is the, you can take the upper positive half cycle. So this is the effective value of that VAC. Now you have to convert that VC, due to that VAC some heat, that is a 625 joule heat is produced. This is time T, this is T1, so T0 to T1 at a constant resistance R, I is flowing through it, and due to that I, the heat is 625 joule of heat is produced. Now you have to give same time, that is T0 to same T1, you have to produce same amount of heat. Heat is equal to 625 joule. 625 joule. What should you do? The effective value of AC is converted into the effective value of the DC. Now what will be the value of the effective value? It is the amplitude of AC over here is this. Now if you calculate the effective value, then the net, and if you consider this is a semicircle, then if what is the property of DC? It is like this. So this area is converted into a rectangular one. The area of the semicircle is converted into a rectangular one. Then obviously you can see that the amplitude of the DC is get reduced, because if you consider this area up to this area, so this area are the lossy area, this area are the lossy area. In that green color area we cannot get any effective value of AC, but in this rectangular strip, everywhere in this diagram it is a constant current is flowing through it, and this is a solid rectangular area. That's why the magnitude or the amplitude of the DC is less than the AC to do same amount of work in same time, or to produce same amount of heat in same time. It means that the magnitude of DC is less than the magnitude of AC to do same amount of work in same time. This is the physical interpretation of the RMS value, that we have to produce same amount of heat, and for that whatever it is produced in the AC, and to produce that amount of heat we have to give some DC voltage source. If we have to apply the AC and DC both in a constant resistance, then the amount of work done which is done by the AC, that amount of work done is done by the DC in less amount of time, as DC is a constant current and it is alternating in nature and there is some loss area. Again you can consider the full cycle rectified AC. So the effective area is this. If you join together then you get, you can consider I am not going to integrate it now. So if you want to calculate the area you have to integrate it. So if you consider this is the semicircle. If the two semicircle is there, you can combine together to make a circle, and if the equivalent area is plotted at same time, then obviously the magnitude of the DC is less than the magnitude of the AC. So this is the basically physical interpretation of RMS. Now what should we do? We should prove by an analytical method, not by integration, analytical method. We can compare that root mean square. Why this is called root mean square? Take a positive half of non-sinusoid wave. Okay, so this one is I and this one is T or theta. Okay, now this is a non-sinusoid. Now what you have to do? You have to split this time in some equal intervals, that is t time is divided into m parts. Okay, so if this is t0, t1, t2, t3, t4 ... tm, so each and every part is divided into equal interval and m intervals are there. So each and every part will be, this is nothing but the T by M, this is nothing but the T by M. Total T part, M part is divided, each part is M, means the total T is divided into M part, so it is each and every part is T by M, like this. Now this is I, so each interval of time is T by M. Now the instantaneous current at T1 is equal to I1, at T2 is equal to I2, at T3 is equal to I2. So this is I1, this is I2, this is I3, this is I4, like this. Okay, so you can get each and every instant of time. So if you consider or if you calculate the generated heat in every instant of time, then what will be the value of it? That is, or if this I current is flowing through resistance R, this resistance R, this I current is flowing through resistance R, then for this I1, the heat produced is I1 square into R into T by M. The time is now, this one is T by M, this one is again T by M, like this. Now in the second interval, it is I2 square R into T by M plus I3 square R T by M IM square R T by M is the each and every instant of time this amount of heat is produced. That is the, you can say H1, this is H2, this is H3, this is HM, like this. You can add all this, then you get total heat H. Okay, now if I rearrange this, then I1 square plus I2 square plus I3 square plus IM square by M into R into T. I can rearrange it. Now this amount of this current, this so the total work done against, so applying the if I current is flowing through the current, the resistance R, the total amount of work done is, the heat is I1 square plus I2 square plus I3 square plus IM square by M into R into T. Now this voltage is applied into, some voltage is applied into same resistance R. that is the VDC it applied now, VDC, and due to this that I is flowing through it, and same time same time t we have to produce that same amount of it, that it means that in the other way, in t time by this VDC for the current I, what is the work done? That is the I square R T is the heat produced by DC. Okay, so this is the work done, heat produced by DC. This is the heat produced by AC in across R in time t. The heat is this, the heat is this. This is by HAC, this is by HDC. Now we have to produce same amount of heat. So I square RT is equal to I1 square plus I2 square plus I3 square plus dot 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 IM square by M into RT. We can cancel this RT and RT, then we can write that I square is equal to what? I1 square plus I2 square plus dot 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 IM square by M. Okay, it means that I is equal to root under of I1 square plus I2 square plus dot 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 IM square by M. What does this I1 square plus I2 square plus IM square plus dot 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 M? This is what? This is the mean value of the I. This is the mean value of I and its square. So this is called root mean square, the RMS value of the alternating current. So IRMS can be written in a finite interval of time. IRMS is equal to root over of 1 by T2 minus T1 into T1 to T2 I square T into dt. This is the expression of RMS value over a complete interval of time. 1 root under 1 minus 1 by T2 minus T1 integration of T1 to T2 I square T dt. I, as I is the function of T. Now this is the physical interpretation and analytical analysis of the RMS value. Why does this root mean square? It stands for root mean square in the corner of the heat produced or the work done. So in the corner of work done, RMS value can be expressed at the root under of I mean its square and it is under root under. I mean can be denoted by this or this. Okay, so IRMS is equal to 1 by T2 minus T1 integration of T1 to T2 I square T dt. Okay, this is the expression of and root under. This is the expression of the RMS value. How does it comes? RMS value of sinusoid waveform. You take one voltage waveform. This is the voltage waveform. Okay, this is the voltage waveform where this is the Vm. This starts from 0. This is theta. This is V. Okay. Now, what is the expression of it? What is the expression of V? V is equal to the voltage is sinusoid in nature. So Vm sin omega t. Okay. If it is rotates in the omega radian per second. So this one is pi, this one is 2 pi, this one is 0. Now we have to find out Vrms. What is the Vrms? So T2 minus T1, it means that the if this is T1, this is T2, then the total area range of the time, that is the total time period, is T2 minus T1. Here this is the 2 pi minus 0, that is the 2 pi. So you compare this, you can write 2 pi because we have to integrate from 0 to 2 pi. Now integrate 0 to 2 pi. This is Vm square, sorry, V square theta d theta. Okay, that is the current, and same expression is for voltage. So what is the Vm? So again 1 by 2 pi 0 to 2 pi Vm square sine square omega t into dt. Okay, so that is omega t. If it is function of t, then you can sine theta, Vm sine theta omega sine square theta d theta. Okay, V square theta, I am taking this as theta. So Vm square sine square theta d theta. So Vm is a constant. Here you can see that Vm is a constant value. So in the second line, Vm is outside the bracket. So Vm square by 2 pi, Vm square by 2 pi integration of 0 to 2 pi sine square theta d theta. Okay, so what is the sine square theta d theta? It is not a sine theta, it is a sine square theta d theta. We know that 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Now you put over cos 2 theta by 2 instead of this sine square theta d theta. So it is Vm square by 2 pi. Okay, Vm square by 2 pi 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 into d theta 0 to 2 pi. Right? If we integrate it, then what did you get? Again Vm square by 2 is as it is. Keep it is 1 by 2 and a half theta d theta by 2, that is the nothing but theta by 2. Integration of d theta is theta, so 2 theta by 2 minus integration of cos 2 theta is sine 2 theta, and it is not a 2 theta, it is not a theta. If it is cos theta, then its integration is sine theta. As it is cos 2 theta, then its integration is sine 2 theta by 2, and previously 2 is present over there, 2 into 2, and the limit is 0 to 2 pi. Now put the limit, that is the Vm square by 2 integral theta by 2 minus sine 2 theta by 4. So if you put the limit, it is Vm square by 2. Okay, sorry, not 2, it is 2 pi. Vm square by 2 pi. Now theta, if you put theta as 0, that is a 0. If you put theta as a 2 pi, that is a 2 pi by 2, that is the 2 pi by 2 minus 0 minus, it is what? It is sine 2 theta by 4. Sine 2 theta by 4, I can write it 4. So if it is sine 2 theta, put 2 theta, theta is 2 pi, that is sine 4 pi, sine 4 pi obviously 0, so 0 by 4 is equal to 0, and if you put sine 2 theta as 0, so sine 2 into 0, sine 0 by 4 is equal to 0, so 0 plus 0, that is what? It comes Vm square, and 2 cancel out. Okay, 2 cancel out, it is Vm square by 2 pi into pi, that is pi cancel out, that is root under Vm square by 2, it is Vm by root 2. This is the expression for RMS value. Again I am explaining you IRMS is equal to 1 by 2 T2 minus T1 integration of T1 by T2 I square T dt. This is the expression of I and also expression of V. So you take one V sinusoid wave voltage waveform, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, integrate Vrms is equal to 1 by 2 pi, as T2 minus T1 is 2 pi minus 0 is the 2 pi, 1 by 2 pi 0 to 2 pi V square theta d theta, 1 by 2 pi V square is the Vm sin omega sin theta. So Vm square sin square theta d theta, it is sin square theta integration of the 2 sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. So sin square theta is the 1 minus cos theta by 2 theta by 2, 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So d theta by 2, integration of d theta is theta. So theta by 2 minus cos 2 theta is sin 2 theta by 4, integration 0 to 4, put the limit Vm square by 2 pi, if we put 2 pi, the 2 pi by 2 is the pi, 2 pi by 2, then put 0 by 2 0, minus sin 0 minus sin 4 pi, all are 0. So it gets Vm square by 2 pi into pi cancel out, Vm square by 2, Vm take out Vm square from root 2, that is Vm, and 2 is the root 2. So this is the expression of RMS value, and it is equivalent to 0.707 of Vm. It means that in AC, this one is AC part. If you convert it into the equivalent DC, if this is the equivalent DC part, then that is producing the same amount of heat, then this magnitude is 0.707 if this magnitude is 1. So it is Vm by root 2 pi, root 2 times of the DC is needed to produce same amount of heat or to get same amount of work done against a constant resistance R. So up to this we have discussed the RMS value of the alternating quantity, what is the physical interpretation of it, and now in the next class we will discuss about the average value and the average and the derivation of the average value and the physical interpretation of the average value. So today is up to this. So see you in the next class. Tata, bye bye.